Welcome to Barbie's Beach House! Last time, Harry died. I wish he did.
They said a bunch of misogynistic stuff about women, basically.
They're like, women get 2 strips of bacon, men get 3. I'm like, fuck yourself.
I know. Well, that, and then also talking about how, like, what do you mean a woman can't have a job? But a woman's job is in the home.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's literally
like,
the opposite of what you just said.
And then Malfoy was like, ooh, women suck. And then Harry's like, no, women suck and they need to wash dishes. Like, you're both sexist pieces of shit.
I know.
Let's all have you all burn in hell.
I know.
Made me so mad.
As a woman, nothing really pisses me off more than, like, being misogynistic in a real sense instead of, like, making a joke about it.
It's fucking, like, And also, the bitch who wrote this is called Proud Housewife. So clearly this bitch is, like, a trad wife. She probably voted for Trump. Like, we hate her. Okay, so this is chapter 7.
I had more to say, I forgot.
Oh.
Well, I was gonna say, it's kind of one of those things of where it's like, you can jokingly say it, be like, I'm a dishwasher, kind of shit like that.
Yeah, it's like
I mean, when you're saying it in a funny sense, like, it's funny, but then it's like, when these people are like, it, not only, like, the religion aspect of it, but also being like, women are lesser than men. And it's like, I don't like that at all. And also the fact where it's like, a woman shouldn't have a job. Her job is to be a mother. And you're like, what the fuck? Like,
it's so gross, and I can just, it's killing me inside reading this, but we're halfway through, so we'll get through it.
Do you read 2 per episode?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's Phil.
Yay, I love Phil.
Love Phil.
We love Phil. Okay. God damn it, this author's note. I'm going to read this in a shitty voice.
What does it say?
Hello, friends. Whew, this chapter took longer to write than I thought it would. There's so much to be done here at Fort Parsons. Some days, I don't think I'll ever get caught up. Now that the little ones are sound asleep, I'm finally getting around to putting the finishing touches on this whole chapter. I apologize for the delay.
Do you think she's, like, writing this and then reading it to her kids?
Yes.
Like...
Yes. Now, there have been quite a few questions and comments coming in, and I thought I should take time to address a few since I don't have time to reply individually. First of all, to all the mommies who expressed their appreciation of this little story of mine, thank you. Your support keeps me writing. Remember that the glory is not mine. It is the work of a greater cause. And the people who call me names, a Bible-believing Christian is like a big ugly monster who lives under a bridge. And wanting everyone to do the right thing and go to heaven makes one a so-called bigot. Well, that's this modern world for you. And finally, to the people who say that I'm spreading hate, take a look at some of the comments posted here, saying that I'm a terrible writer and a terrible mother whose children will hate her one day. Who is it who is spreading hate here? Because I don't think it's me. Fuck you. I'm flipping off the screen.
There's a song on my phone that's like, nothing like Christian hate. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Nothing like Christian. Nothing.
Like Christian hate. There's nothing like Christian hate. That's what it is. Or I thought it was
there's no hate like Christian love. Or something like that. Or
no.
The church's love.
Well, the song that I'm talking about is called There's No Thing Like Christian Hate.
Love that already.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna get started and read this shitty ass book.
Are you trying to gear yourself up to read this?
There's also a space, which
what
means
if you were a nun for Halloween?
For Jesus, I don't want to be a nun. I'd rather kill myself. Even if it was for Halloween, I would rather kill myself.
What would you want to be for Halloween?
Me.
That's scary.
The only thing I would think about that we could be is like, I could be like the fucking minion. You be Gail Milcom. Ain't got no missile tits. If you don't know it.
Oh, people didn't understand my costume. Like, not this Halloween, but the last one before that. Mm-hmm. I was a drunk mom.
Oh.
Trying to, like, take her kids to school. That's what it, like... Okay, so, like, I had a bathrobe on. My mascara was all fucked up. I had lipstick all over my face. And I had a fucking jug. A beer jug. And then I had, like, 2 different shoes, 2 different, like, one stocking with a heel, and then the other one was just a slipper. Mm-hmm. And then it was just crazy. Like, that was the whole point of my little outfit.
I didn't get it.
Yeah, like I was a drunk mom trying to take my kids to school, and, like, no one found, my hair was all messed up, and no one thought my, like, thing was funny, but I think it's because no one understood what I was.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It's a great haul. And also, by the way, Gail Milcom is referring to a Brandon Rogers video.
Yeah, our Brandon Rogers skit that we love.
And it's like minions from Despicable Me. Okay.
God, you're a
I ain't shit, you pig fucker. The Great Hall burst into applause. So red and...
We should do that for Halloween, and I should get, like, a terrible fucking Karen wig, and I should have, like, big-ass glasses, and I'm like, you pig.
It's not what it looks like. Then what's this banana in your ass?
What if I have a pair of shorts and we glue a fake banana to it, so it's like, there's banana in my ass?
Y'all need to watch that. So you understand what we're talking about. The Great Hall burst into applause as a red and yellow baseball cap with a lion embroidered on the front appeared on Harry's head. He hopped deftly...
Oh my god, I could make you a missile. Like a fake, like, missile out of cardboard.
Yes. I ain't got no missile tits. Motherfucker. Put the missile? It's so funny. Okay, y'all, we're gonna get back to this terrible, terrible story. We're, having tangents because it's more bearable than this shit. It appeared on Harry's head. He hopped deftly off the table and landed on his little feet. I didn't like that. He could feel the... gross. He could feel the love of the Lord surging through him, and he knew he had made the right decision. He was even more sure of his decision when Hermione dashed across the cafeteria to give him a big, spontaneous hug.
She wants dick. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
She wants dick. She too was sporting a red and yellow baseball cap, although her cap had a kitten on it instead of a lion. So, once again...
wait, okay. It kind of threw me off when it said she was wearing a baseball cap, because I would think they would think that is sinful. But then they womanified it and put a fucking kitty on it, because women like kitties.
I was thinking of, like, they're like, men get lions because they're big and tough. And then they're like, kitties. Like, girl, fuck you.
Yeah, like... I kind of thought the baseball cap was going to be pink, because, you know, she's always wearing, like, a bunch of fucking pink. Which I think is honestly, like... Let's be honest, you guys. Color doesn't have gender, okay?
Yeah.
My parents used to try to make me wear pink or like purples. I fucking hated it. My favorite color is red.
Mine's orange.
I was like, my favorite color is red, okay? And like one time, like my mom, like we were shopping for something, and I was like, look at this cute little shirt. My mom was like, but it's like kind of like it was like kind of like purple, and I was like, this is a child. What if it's fucking purple? It doesn't fucking matter. I'm like, I hate it when people, like, make clothes have gender, right?
It's so dumb.
Sorry.
It's okay. We're gonna get through this
I
together.
want my child to wear dinosaurs.
I want
them to wear dinosaurs. You can be an uncle and call you
I
uncle.
would kill myself if you ever called me uncle.
Well, you know what I mean, though? Like
I would be like,
what if... Okay, listen. What if I had a kid and they called you Uncle... Not me call you uncle, them call you uncle.
I just hate the term uncle for a
What would you want to be called then?
My name.
but you're technically that kid's, like, you could be a godfather. That sounds worse, but
I'll be a person.
Fairy godmother.
Yeah, that's better. Okay, y'all.
There's your fairy godmother.
We're gonna read this book.
I'm sorry.
And we're gonna kill ourselves afterwards. I'm so happy, Harry, she cried gladly, delicate tears streaming down her face. I thought this said, when I saw you eating that family. When I saw you eating with that family. I was so scared.
The cannibalism just absorbs them.
I thought you might become a Slytherin. Never worry about that, Harry declared boldly and bravely. I'm a Gryffindor now and forever. What?
Okay, so have you ever seen, like, the Harry Potter, like, spin-off with, like, Fantastic Beasts?
Mm-mm.
There's a creature in there that it's, like, a tiny, cute little creature, but it can, like, open up its big-ass mouth and just swallow something whole. That's what I was imagining when they said when you said eat that family, because it's just, like, a cute little and then it eats it. That's the whole point.
Oh my God. Well chosen, Dumbledore declared approvingly as he took long, energetic strides to cross the crowded, noisy room. Welcome to the Gryffindor hat, Harry. Harry beamed happily. Truly, he had been blessed. As he sat down to finish his breakfast, and he was still glowing from joy, he sat back next to Ronald. Will you still be my friend, even though you're a different hat? Ronald asked timidly. Of course, Harry declared generously, and he began to eat his eggs.
Not generously, being like...
Like, making it sound like, oh, of course I'll be your friend, you're welcome. Like, it's like a fucking, like, Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Like, I like how, like, you know, like, Dumbledore was talking earlier when Harry was like, I don't know which one to be. And then he was like, but doesn't that make them not Christian if they don't believe in exactly what we're believing in? And he's like, well... they believe in God, that's all that really matters. But then it's also like making all the other people seem gross and like ew.
It's just
and then him being like, okay, I'll be your friend, like, you know, you should thank me for being your friend.
Yeah, it's like bitch.
Anyway.
Harry declared generously and began to eat his eggs. He had expected his eggs to be cold by now. What with all the hullabaloo.
Not the hullabaloo.
When all the hullabaloo happens and I kill myself. Hullabaloo.
Hullabaloo hang myself.
I'm gonna hula below my brains out. After reading this, we're gonna hula below our brains out. With all the hullabaloo, but lo and behold, they were still piping hot. He would pretend that why did this turn on? I said, it did! He would not pretend that what Ronald believed about worshipping the dead, but he could still offer the young boy friendship in the spirit of Matthew 2:16-17, which apparently says, I'm going to read this in a shitty voice. And when the scribes and Pharisees saw him eat with publicans and sinners, when it said publicans, I thought Republicans, and I was like,
I
the
know,
Bible.
I kind of thought about that too.
They said unto his disciples, how is it that he eateth and drinketh with publicans and sinners? When Jesus heard him, he saith unto them that I don't want to read this anymore. Okay. We're going to continue, not that Bible verse. Thank you, Harry, Ronald uttered happily. He had been sporting a green and black hat with a snake on it, which testified to his Slytherin beliefs. But he could recognize Harry's pure-hearted godliness, generosity, humility, and innocent goodness. He looked around at his siblings, all of them wearing hats identical to his, and he wondered why none of them were like that. Attention, students. Reverend Dumbledore announced authoritatively as he hopped onto the stage. I can't say that word. Authoritatively. That's how you say it.
Authoritatively.
Authoritatively. As he hopped onto the stage and held the microphone by his mouth. Where else would you hold it, your asshole? Where else would you hold a microphone by? Your ass, not your mouth? Like, girl.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Someone keeps moving him, I swear to God.
He's
supposed to sit like that.
Probably Jesus.
I was like, I don't know. Someone keeps, like, moving this and hooking it to this thing. And it's not me doing it. I wonder
It's probably Brandon.
I was like, because it bothered me. Like, the other day I was looking at it, and it was like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, because I don't like it to look that way. I like it to look that way.
It's a hullabaloo. I'm sure you've all Stop looking at me like that. I'm going to cry. I'm sure you've all chosen wisely. Harry, to himself, he knew that the Reverend meant well, but was it really doing the members of the other hats much good to tell them that everything was the same when it wasn't? Wouldn't they all be happier if they knew to read the Bible and take it seriously? Dumbledore thought he was making everyone happy, but perhaps he was in the short run, but in the long run, Harry worried that he was doing more harm than good. Harry did not say anything because he was new to the flock and didn't feel confident in his connection with the world, with the Lord. Lord, he's like, sorry, my connection's bad. But sometimes it takes newcomers to point out the flaws we don't see in our own communities. Okay, well, you're stupid. I hate her. The Reverend clapped his hands against each other once.
I'm imagining him clapping his fucking cheeks instead of his hands.
I love how he clapped his hands together once. The Reverend clapped his hands against each other once.
He's like...
I imagine, like, a round of applause for them as they're like, 1, 2, 3, and then they go... That makes me think of how, like, if rain... There is some meme where it's like, imagine if rain came down in one sheet, and it was like 2 inches of rain. I don't know why I thought of that.
You know, that's making me think of, like, there was, like, a few times... I've only been to church a few times, and that was because my grandpa, like, makes us... Not really makes us go, but it's like we only go for him. Like, we don't go on our own kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But so we went for him, because he's a preacher. And, like, we went there, and I had to, like, dress up in a dress, and I was so mad because my mom was like, you have to wear a dress. And I was like, I don't want to wear a dress.
Yeah.
And then she forced me to wear one, like she did. And then all the other girls in there were wearing jeans and t-shirts. And I was like, oh, really? Because, like, my mom was like, you have to wear a dress. And I was like, no, I don't.
Like, no.
Like, anyway, so she made me. And, well, there was this, like, old-ass lady in the very back. And she's one of those old-ass ladies. And she's in the back. And it's not, okay, you know, like, most people, like, you know, they'd be like, amen, amen, or something like that, you know, and they kind of clap their hands.
Yeah.
Well, she took it to the next level. She's one of those annoying-ass people in the back that are like, praise Lord, like throwing their hands up in the air, like doing all of the theatricals, and I'm like, literally fall over and die, Bertha, because this is so annoying.
Fucking thing. Like when people are like, I'm praising the Lord. There was one guy.
She's so annoying that you can't even hear what the guy was saying if you're trying to even listen to him.
That pissed me off.
And like, I kept like, I don't know. I wouldn't touch the like book that was in front of me because I don't want it to burn. But like I just like no. She was like doing that the whole time, and you could barely hear it what the guy at the front was saying. And like me and my family were like really embarrassed because it was just me and my mom and my dad. But my grandpa like went up there because he's also a preacher. They call themselves brother and stuff like that kind of thing. And he went up there and he started talking about how when I was born, like he started outing us to the entire thing, pointing at us and then telling stories about us that were kind of embarrassing.
Well,
and he told us like he thinks it's funny, but we were like, ew, like because my dad said that if we went to it, he didn't want to be called out in front of like the entire thing because they used to do that when he was a kid, and he's like that's why I wouldn't go because
stupid.
He was like because I would go sit in there and then they would call out my name and like point at me and start talking to me, and he's like I understand what they're doing, but like I don't want to be called out in front of this whole thing. I just want to sit here and be here,
Yeah.
Because he was like because that makes me want to leave.
Yeah.
So we asked not to do that, and my grandpa went up there and did it anyway. And he basically went on a whole spiel about how when I was born, I was in, what do you call it? I went to the children's hospital, because I wouldn't shit. And he was basically talking about how, like, I literally wouldn't shit, and then, like, a few hours later, I just took the hugest dump ever. And then, like, I was all better, because I was finally able to leave because I could shit. And then I was like, like, imagine them talking about that.
They're like, okay, let's have the communion wine now.
like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
I'm just
it's
imagining
so
he's like, my granddaughter, my grandbaby, she could shit. And then she took a big dump. Praise Jesus.
Well, it wasn't like that, but it was like, by the grace of the Lord, she was able to finally shit, and we were able to go home. And our prayers were answered, and I'm like, because you just talked to a whole congregation of people
Lord.
that I don't even know, that when I was a baby I couldn't shit for the first few hours of my life.
Oh my God, I'm surprised he wasn't like, and then when she was 11, she got her period. Or some shit like that.
9.
Just over, when she was 9, she got her period. And that blood was everywhere. I thought it was the blood of Mary and Joseph. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Like, and then also, like, this is just something to add. Every once in a while, my mom will just, like, say something, like, medically that, like, was wrong with me as a baby, and I'll be like, when did that happen? Because, like, you would think I would know that, right? Or she would tell me that.
When did my vagina fall off?
Like, right? Well, the other day, she was like, oh, yeah, like, when you were a baby, you had a hole in your heart, but, like, it fixed itself. And I was like, are you telling me that I had, like, a problem back then? And she was like, well, but, like, they said, like, it, fixed itself. And I'm like, well, what if down the line I need that information and I didn't know it before now?
Like that.
Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't know if that really makes a difference, but maybe, like, I need to know that, or I need to tell them that, hey, when I was a baby, I had a deformed heart that had a hole in it, and they said it fixed itself, but, like, if it causes any issues down the road, which I think it probably could, since it was a deformed heart at the time. So, anyway.
Honestly, this is more entertaining than this fucking shit.
I know, it's sad. Anyway.
Harry, to himself. He knew the reference. He's like, she shit herself. She shit herself as a baby. Harry, to himself. He knew the Reverend meant well. Oh, I already read that bullshit.
My tummy feels upset, sorry.
God, don't start shitting like you did when you were a baby.
No. It's just my stomach is, like, feeling like I want to vomit. But, like, not, like, that hard of a vomit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could vomit, not that I really want to.
Me.
Okay.
Harry did not say anything. Nude flunk. The Reverend clapped his hands against each other once, and he spoke enthusiastically. Now, you will be sharing most of your classes with other members of your hat, so it would be good for you to get to know them now. Ravenclaw hats, please gather around Mr. Moody. Hufflepuff hats, please gather around Mr. Sprout. Slytherin hats, please gather around Mr. Finnegan. And Gryffindor hats, please gather around Mr. Snape. Here we go, here's Snape.
Oh, no. Do you think he's a villain? It'd be really funny, I think, if he was a villain, but I don't know if they're going to change him into this
I think they're
happy-go-lucky.
going to change him, because he's like the leader of Gryffindor now. Now, at the beginning of the breakfast meal, Harry had noticed a tall, mysterious-looking man with long, dark hair and gaunt, enigmatic features. He was dressed stylishly in a crisp black suit, and his tie made a shock of red in the otherwise totally black outfit. The dark hair on his pale chest... He has a hairy chest.
Well, why is he exposing himself to children with his hairy chest?
The dark hair on his pale chest was neatly trimmed, but still noticeably thick. And he wore elegant black leather shoes on both of his feet. Wow, I thought he only wore it on one of his feet. It was now that he noticed that on the table that this man was sitting at was a placard that said on it, Mr. Snape. Harry followed the other brave young children wearing Gryffindor hats, and that's the end of the chapter, so your turn. Oh god, this author's note is good.
Okay. Okay, author's note, guys. Hello, friends. Things have finally calmed down a bit here at Fort Parsons. I'm so excited to share with you all another new chapter. One thing I would like to talk about is that though many people have been calling me a misogynist, that means woman hater. Friends, I do not hate women. I am a woman. Now, what is wrong? Now, what is it I have done to have people calling me this? Well, apparently it is saying that women are loving and nurturing and good. Right, how hateful I'm just being. Big old mean bigot. Huh, wait, wrong. That is not a bigoted thing to say at all. Now, it is certainly true that what is written in the Bible about women was used as an excuse to actually be hateful to women, and that is terrible. And there are some people out there who think all women are stupid or less than men. Friends, this is not what I believe at all. I believe that women have special gifts that are no less than men. In fact, I think that if womanly virtues were respected more, the world would be a much better place to live. Mm-hmm. And any of those so-called Christians who hate women and think women are stupid and worth less than men, that God doesn't respect us, well, they will all get a very serious talking to from a certain housewife. She says housewife like she's proud of it.
Like, I'm a housewife.
I hate that, like, instead of just saying, I'm a woman, she just said I'm a housewife.
Yeah, it's like not
I know that some people choose to be a housewife, like they actually have, like, their partner does not care what they do, mm-hmm. but like they choose to be a housewife and their partner like allows them to do such things.
Yeah. So
some people do choose to live that way, but like imagine, like, I just hate it when it's like when people have a choice to do it, Mm-hmm. I feel like there's a difference between a choice of doing it versus being told you have to do it, or believing that in like your religion that you need to do that or you're going to hell, kind of thing. I don't like that at all.
It's like gross.
I don't like that at all. And then it says, now, does that sound misogynistic to you? And it says, Harry Potter walked nervously over to the table of Mr. Snape. The other little ones were wearing red and yellow hats, did the same. Mr. Snape silently stood up, and he motioned with his head for the boys and girls to follow him, and he sauntered out of the great hall. He led them into a small classroom with a few desks in it. He silently motioned for the little ones to sit down at the desk. They did. He stood up at the blackboard in front of them. Welcome to Hogwarts School of Prayer and Miracles, greeted the older but still handsome in a dignified, rugged way, amicably. Oh. It says, but still handsome in a dignified, rugged way. It sounds like she wanted to hit.
She's like, his fat, hard Bible.
No, maybe that's why she was talking about his chest hair. Like, she has like a thing for him. Hair.
Maybe.
Anyway, maybe that's why she made him a good guy, because she wants to hit.
She's like, I want a sex.
The little ones all sat in respectful attention. So you have all chosen the Gryffindor hat, Mr. Snape queried, and he raised his eyebrow. Yes, Mr. Snape, chorused all the students together. Well, Mr. Snape said, and he drew his tall, strapping form up to its full impressive height.
Strapping?
That's what it says. It says strapping form up to its full impressive height.
So in conclusion, he has a strap on.
I think it just means that he, like, actually got up and was like...
No, he has a strap on. Canonically, he has a strap on now.
I would like to say that your choosing will make you happy, or that your lives will be easy, but I will not lie. There are dark forces in the world, and they do not like Christians!
I swore the dark forces.
And when I say Christians, I mean Gryffindor hats. So the other ones aren't Christian anyway.
Oh my god.
They love the Hufflepuff hats because the Hufflepuff hats believe everything these people say and slap the label Christian onto that philosophy. And so the Hufflepuff hats make it easier. The Ravenclaw hats, these people claim not to like, but then they pretend that the Ravenclaw hats, extremism applies to all Christians, so the Ravenclaw hats help them. So basically he's saying that even though they're all technically Christian, the Gryffindor Christian is the only one that really matters. The other ones don't.
They're like the Christian... Fucking pisses me off.
They're basically demonizing all the other sects of this Christianity that is in the school, basically.
Yep. Fucker.
Those fuckers.
Those fuckers.
Sorry, I had something in my mouth, so I was like, those fuckers.
Those fuckers.
Harry frowned confusedly. After the Reverend's acceptance of all the hats, he wondered why Mr. Snape was addressing things so directly. I think he's evil. He found Mr. Snape's honesty refreshing, but he also wondered, was the honesty also combined with the hate for others that he had seen in Draco's hat? He thought the other hats were wrong, but he did not want Mr. Snape to hate them for being wrong. He wanted to help them. And then, of course, is the Slytherin hats. The Slytherin hats will tell you we are all on the same side because they agree with Gryffindor hats on some things. But do not be fooled. Their leader is working with Voldemort! So he isn't basically, like, a bad character, I'm assuming.
So Snape is a bad character?
I'm assuming that's what they're getting at, because they're getting at that, like, he's the leader, right? But then it's like, he's not necessarily right. I think that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
Anyway. A shocked, horrified gasp echoed through the classroom. Harry slapped his hands over his mouth in an attempt to contain his horror, but he was still shocked. His new friends not only worshipped a goddess, but he was also now in cahoots with Voldemort. The little ones all gasped again. This time they were even more horrified. From the back of the room, a clean-cut, respectably dressed young boy raised his hand. But what about the Constitution? Dean Thomas questioned articulately. Doesn't he care about the First Amendment? Mr. Snape shook his head sadly. I'm afraid not, and Voldemort is working through him and using them all. Before long, all our freedoms will be gone. Dean Thomas raised his hand again and queried coherently, but why does Voldemort hate Christians so much? No one knows, Mr. Snape responded tentatively. However, he is on the move, and he is gaining power, and we Gryffindor hats may be the only ones capable of stopping him. Harry was nervous, but he clenched his fist determinedly. He was scared, but he was ready to face this evil. Okay, so that's the end of this.
Thank God. This is hard to get through. This is probably our worst season. I mean, when it comes to, like, us talking, it's great. It's great. But when it comes to this shit, there's, like, nothing funny about it. So, like, I'm glad this is 14 chapters, so we don't have to, like... Because if it was longer, I think we'd probably quit. Because this is a lot. So,
it's not even a lot. The fact is that it's nothing.
It's
so
just,
we're like,
it's a fucking nothing burger with, like, the church wafers on it.
It's kind of like, get me a burger, but, like, no cheese, no pickles,
no meat, no burger buns. Just give me a box of church wafers. But it's a burger, but it's not a burger. Give me a burger, but take everything that is a burger out of it and just give me a box of church wafers.
Yeah.
That's what this fucking is. So we will see you guys next episode. Goodbye.
Bye.
We're gonna go kill ourselves. We're gonna go drown ourselves. Goodbye.